Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, yesterday we showed you how to drop down some product images from a little button up here on the other side. Today we're using the great new link module to just drop down a menu of on sale items here. And of course, if you click on one, it's going to take you to that specific item. Really easy to do, and that'll stay on the page wherever we scroll down it, so it's available at all times. And of course, it's responsive as well. If I hit my F12 key, I'm using Google Chrome here. Here we have it on an iPhone. I've got it scrolling on an iPhone, just in case the menu is too long for people. And you can toggle it on and off. Really easy to do, so let's get started. I've got this page open. Let's delete what we've got going on and we'll start from scratch. Now, if you watched yesterday's videos, you can skip ahead because I'm going to do pretty much exactly the same thing for my little button. I'm going to add a new row, or you can just add it anywhere on the page because it's going to be in fixed position, so it really doesn't matter, but I'll add a new row. I'm going to use a text module instead of a button. If you use a button, when you click on it, it tends to reload the page, which will not work. So let's use a little text module. If we roll down a bit, there it is. We'll put in what we want to say up here. It's on sale, whatever it is you want to say, obviously. As you can see, that's got that down there. While we're in here, let's give it a background. Do pretty much the same as I did yesterday. Give it a dark background. I'm going to pop over to my design tab to make it a color we can actually see. It's down in the text right here. Let's make it white. Simple, ease of use. There it is. And perhaps make it uppercase. I'm going to pop mine in the middle. And just as with yesterday's, as we're using it as a button, I want it to be a lot smaller than that. So still in the design tab, we can close up our text right here and go down to sizing. And let's go to about 100 pixels in width. There's the width right there. Type in 100 and the PX, or you can select pixels from this end if you want to. And there we have it. And today I'm going to have mine on the top right. Yesterday we had one on the top left. To do that, very easy. If I roll back down to the button, if we go over to advanced, we're still in the text module. Hit the advanced, down to position. I'm going to change it from default to fixed. You may think, well, it's disappeared. It hasn't. It's put it up on the top left-hand side up there. I want mine on the right. And again, as we mentioned yesterday, you want to remember that we've got a header up here. So you want to take that into consideration. So I want to push it down by about 150. That's what I use for the one over there, so I know. Just bear that in mind when you're positioning yours. And we can do that by rolling down a little bit. Here's the vertical offset. Let's type in 150. It's already got pixels selected. And if we want to bring it out from the side a little bit, we can offset it by incrementing up as much as you want there. I think I did 10 yesterday. That'll do for me. Great. Now, still in our text module, we're going to use one of the new wonderful drop-down menus. So let's go back to Content, Elements. We'll add an element. The element we want to add is our new drop-down right here. As you can see, it puts a little dark square underneath it, and we can populate it with anything we want, really. Today, I'm going to use the new link module they've added recently. So again, we're in the drop-down now. I'm going to add a new element. We roll down a little bit. There's the new link module they just added. Perfect. It's popped it in there. Now, still in the link module, I'm going to loop it. Going to go down, hit loop, check the switch to turn it on. What do I want to loop? I want to loop some products, well, my whole on sale and clearance categories, basically. So we don't want posts. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to left click in there. Just below projects, if we roll down a little bit more, you'll find products. And here you can decide the categories you want. I want my clearance, and I also want on sale. And it'll add those in there. Now, if you want to do them individually or specifically, you can go only include specific posts. As we mentioned yesterday, although it says posts there, because we've changed it to products up here in the post type, that does mean products. So if you want to include specific posts, just left click on there. It'll give you a list of all your products. I'm happy with that though. And by default, it puts in 10. Not sure if I've got more than that in those two categories. If you've got more, you'll need to up this little number right here. So I'll up that to 12. You can order by publish date, name, ID, title, etc. here if you want to. And you can descend or ascend if you need to. Okay, that's great. But that's not really doing us much good because they all say exactly the same thing. So still in our link, let's go back to our content now, roaring right up to the top. In the text, I'm going to use a dynamic content. So roll over the gray text right there. We'll give us some icons over here. A little disc or hamburger type icon right here, insert dynamic content. I'm going to left click on it. I'm going to choose loop product title. And it's done that for us. It's rolling off the end of our canvas a bit, but we'll fix that in a minute. If you want to put something before it, you can do, or after it, you can do. I'm just happy with it like that. Let's apply. Now we'll come back to this in a minute and we'll decorate our text and align it right. I don't want it falling off of our canvas right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to go up to where it says link up here. I'm going to hit the back button. So we're in the drop down. I'm going to go over to design. Where it says drop down here, it's floating, which is fine. I don't mind it floating. We want it to open on click though, so that our on sale is more like a button. You can have it on hover if you want to, and it will be tap on tablet or mobile. Below is absolutely fine, but it's at the start at the moment. We need to pull it over to the left. So if I put it on the end, it'll pull it over to the left for us and line it up with the end there, which is more in keeping now that we've got this on the right today. Fantastic. Well, let's go back into one of our links. Just click on any one of them. It'll take you to the link, as you can see up there. I want mine aligned to the left. So if we go down to the text, let's align it on the left. And also color-wise, I just want it to be a simple white. And perhaps have a different color when we hover over it to create a different color when we hover over it. We can go up to the little computer type icon right here. We're still in our link. Switch it from the computer to hover. We can choose a different color when they hover over it, whatever color you want to have yours. Throw that in for the time being. Now it's really important. Once you create a hover effect, you want to make sure you go back up here, turn it from hover back to desktop. Otherwise, any edits you make down here or on these tabs here will only happen when they hover over it, which is not what we want. To separate these a little bit more, I'd like to put a little bottom border on them. Now this is entirely up to you, but it's very easy to do. Still in the design, we can close up our text. We've got a border down here. I just want it to be on the bottom, so I'm selecting the bottom one. I'm going to give it just a single pixel. You can vaguely see it in there. I'm going to make it a light gray, something like that. Stands out a little bit better. And it's a little bit too close to the writing there for me. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of padding on the bottom to push it down a bit. So we can close up our border. We've got spacing just above. Padding bottom, just increment up. As you can see, as I'm incrementing, it's giving it a little bit more space. Now, if you decide those are too far apart for you, we can go back into our drop down and tidy them out. I think 8's a little too much. Let's put it to 5. That's going to work for me. To get rid of any gap there, I'm going to leave mine because on tablet and mobile, it will give it, they don't want to be tapping on 2 of these at once. But if you do want to reduce that space, we can go back into our drop down to do that. Once we're in the drop down, we can go to layout under design here. Here's our vertical gap of 30. If you want to make them closer, just take it down. Let's say put 20 in there. That'll tighten them up a little bit. Like I say, I was fairly happy with 30. Well, let's compromise. Let's call it 25. Now, of course, we want these links to go to the individual products. So this is pretty important. Let's click back on a link so we're back in the link. Under content, you'll find link. If we click on that, we can do the same thing with some dynamic content. Link URL, hit the little hamburger or disk icon, the dynamic, loop product link. Now when we click on any of these, it'll take us to that individual item. Now, the other thing, if you've got a very long list, you're going to want to make it scrollable. I mean, on desktop, it's fine. Let's have a look on tablet. I think on tablet, it'd be fine too. But you can do this for all sizes if you want to, but I'm just going to do it for mobile. On mobile, I'm going to give it a fixed height. So we need to be in the drop down to do this itself. So let's go back one, make sure we're in the drop down itself. Design, sizing. I'm going to give it a fixed height. Here's height. I'm going to make it say 50 VH, viewable height. That would make it 50% of the viewable height of any screen that they're looking at it on mobile there. Now, so as they can scroll, we want to go over to the advanced. We're still in the drop down. Go to visibility. Here's the vertical overflow. I'm going to change that from default to scroll. That way they'll be able to scroll up and down on the mobile devices. Great. Well, let's go back to desktop. I think we've got pretty much everything we need there. We've got the right position. There's quite a gap there between the drop down and the actual button we're using, or text module. If you want to reduce that, still in the drop down, we can go into design, back into the drop down itself. Here's the drop down offset, 20 pixels it's got there. If you want to reduce it, just put a smaller number in. Obviously, if you want to make it bigger, put a larger number in. But I think that's going to work for me. So let's close down the preview we've got up there. We'll save this. And we'll have a fresh preview on the front end. And here we have it. Here's our button. When I click on it, it's going to drop down. When I hover over, it's got that little hover color. Obviously, when I click on one of these, it's going to take us to that particular product. We go back. Now let's just check it on tablet and mobile. I'm going to hit my F12 key. I'm using Google Chrome here. Here we have it on an iPhone. There's our little button. As you can see, it stays wherever it is, wherever we put it. And you can adjust the spacing on tablet and mobile if you decide you've got too much gap there. You need to be in the text module. Remember, we fixed positioned it. If you want to change it on tablet and mobile to tighten it up, we gave it 150 offset on desktop. You can have separate values for tablet and mobile if you want to. And of course, when we click on it, I made this scrollable, so when they put their mouse on it or put their finger on it, they can roll up and down. If you've got a long list, they'll still be able to get to them. And of course, when we click on one, it's going to take us to that particular product. Fantastic. Let's get rid of our mobile devices. So there you go, guys. Really easy to do. Great little feature. Some great little new modules from Divi 5 here. We can do it on click, or you can do it on hover. And a really easy way of adding anything. You can do this with menus. You can do this with all kinds of things. So don't forget, if you've got any questions, either about Divi 4 or Divi 5, put them down below. I'll be happy to answer them if I can, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.